Welcome, everybody, to Cup with Gup, PGA Deep Dive, and final thoughts for the Mexico Open. It is a beautiful Wednesday, April 27th morning. I think it's going to be a fun week this week. We'll see. We'll see how everything pans out with the biggest elephant in the room on do you fade Rahm? Are you even with Rahm? Do you mix and match it? MME versus 1-3 max. I will say most of the time it's been about split. It's been a while since we had one of these situations. I remember a couple years ago, a similar type tournament, and it was Bryson. And I chose right that week, but we had, I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks later, I had the same thing with, I remember Webb one week, same thing, 30+%, smaller tournament, all that kind of stuff. Complete fade for me, and he didn't win it, but I think he definitely top fived it. So it can go both ways, no doubt. I know which way I'm going to go. We can say that in a second a little bit. But outside of that, I mean, I know that's a big topic, but there's still there's some other chalk-ish players, higher owned players. I will say last night, like I did my first run, which I used to do the articles last night and early this morning. And then now I'm doing this early. I'll have, a couple more updates and try to get most of the stuff out around my lunchtime today, then be gone for a while in the afternoon and be around this evening for questions, all that kind of stuff. But I think I had 14 guys. You could argue up to 18 guys that were 9.5% or higher in the entire field. So chalk is a loosely said term most weeks, and I've had that discussion on here before, but definitely this week, because of the way, we know Rahm's going to be on. We know it's going to be, some say 30, 35, 40%, depending on your contest, could see 50%. For the big, large field MME, like I talked about Monday, I think the max we see him is 35, 36%, something like that. Yeah, up in your, whatever, $20 3 max, $100 single entry, $200 single entry, probably the 555, 3180. Yeah, I could see him 50, 60, 70%, that kind of stuff. And if you're against highest owned guy, highest price guy, and this is a pretty good deal. I think he will be 12 to 14, 15% higher than anybody else in the field. So this is a clear, if you're a big leverage guy, you should love this week because you're just going to fade Rahm and go at it. Maybe one or two other spots you decide to fade, and you can literally build any way you want with, all kinds of, having said all that, once you get down into some of the ranges, you still have to make some good decisions on, with some of the lesser known name guys, not as much resumes, a lot, how they've been playing on the Korn Ferry, the DP World Tour, all that kind of stuff. Pedigree type guys out of college, hadn't as many looks. All those kind of guys could be great sneak through. I tell you, I mean, you can play Rahm this week because I think there's plenty of leverage spots. Don't get me wrong. I think you can do it. I still stick with what I had Monday. I think if you're gonna play him, especially, I would lean towards not playing him like the 3 max stuff because I think you can get way bigger leverage on the fields. And then if you're going to do the MME type stuff, I'd be massively overweight, almost lock button, which I've rarely done. I've only done once or twice ever. But if you're certainly doing a $5, a $20 MME, one of the big, 40, 60, 80,000 lineups contests, and you're not maxing it, and you're still going to play Rahm, you need to have him in every lineup because there's going to be so many people that are locking him, that are way overweight, that have more lineups than you already. You're just making yourself a big under-leveraged deal there. Only way I could see that working out otherwise is if you decide to the rest of your player pool is just so unique, and you're fading the Woodlands, the Wise, Finaus, Munoz. I mean, you literally fade, like, maybe you take Rom and you start in the 8s and go down or something. I mean, there's ways to go about it, but that's how I think I would handle the Rom situation this week. As always, you can use code SMASH, 20% off any package. It includes a 7-day risk-free trial. Hop on that month right now, 20% off. That'll get you through the PGA Championship. Once your free trial week is up, you do not get charged that first week at all. So if you cancel it before it's over, you'll never see a charge. It is what it is. Hopefully you stay. If you decide to come on for a weekly and then you want to upgrade, your code stays with you as well. Rate and review us on iTunes. We'll be doing big giveaways for the PGA Championship, just like the Masters. My free giveaways will come from our iTunes rating and reviews and the people that have subscribed and liked our videos on YouTube. On the YouTube today, leave in the comments who you want to fade in the 9K range. All these I saved through the PGA week, and then I'll be doing giveaways that week. I will announce the Masters winners on Monday's pod. Wells Fargo pulled them last week, decided to hold off. Not as much interest on the Zurich, and then now the Mexico Open with this field and everything. Wanted to make sure everybody got the chance to hear it and see it. So I will announce those winners on Monday. Which is a $555 ticket or whatever we think the PGA will have, somewhere around there. You'll make that money plus GC Pack, and then the second prize winner gets GC Pack and Masters swag as well. Listener League is up. It's in the description. 300. I think it's halfway full by now. Go ahead and get in there. We want to make that big again for the PGA Championship. 3 max per usual, limited rake as well. Weather looks great. Should be a birdie fest. I mean, really, I think I said 19, 20, somewhere in there, 21. It wouldn't shock me to see it get 22, 23, 24. High teens, low 20s for sure. I think the cut you're going to see, I think it's going to be there in that probably -2 to -4. If I had to say it today, I'd lean more towards the 4 under than the 2. But, so we'll call it -3 as a safe cut number that I think we'll be at. Trending highest owned right now, no particular order: Rom, Woodland, Wise, Kirk, and Finau. Potential sleepers and low owned guys for me. I still like Garrigus, and he's going to be 3 or 4%. Reeves, who I mentioned a little bit on the Monday pod, 2%. Kevin Tway, Oklahoma State boy, 2%. He can bomb it. He can hit it. Can he get the rest of the game together? Don't know, but definitely a sleeper. Piercy is a good sleeper that I like right now. He's kind of climbed up. I mean, I like him. I play him probably more than not, but really caught my eye this week. He's going to be 2-3%. Barjon 3%. Haggy 2.5% in that area. I think I mentioned Buckley as well. Was one I mentioned yesterday. I still don't mind him either. Moved up for me since Monday. CH3, who I like, but he's definitely deep dive, all that kind of stuff has moved up for me. I think he'll be a solid play this week, especially coming off of the miscut when he was fairly highly owned. I think he burned me a little bit at RBC. Ortiz, not getting the buzz, I think. And I mean, you just look at his last 4. I think he's missed his last 4 cuts. It's a risk, but because you don't know. I mean, I think he withdrawed from somewhere a while back and was kind of hurt. Is this something because of that? Does he finally feel better? Is he only playing because of? It's a risk, and that's probably why he's only going to be 6 to 8%. But I think I'll take that chance this week, because if he does show up and he is healthy, I mean, he plays this course a lot. I know it's designed a little differently now, but getting him at that range seems like a good option. Thagala. He's talked up. I still think he'll be 9 to 11% area. I don't think he'll be super high owned. He's moved up for me. Wyndham Clark's moved up quite a bit. I just keep hearing his name. I'm interested to see where he comes in, final ownership type stuff. I don't know if I want to play a chalky Clark, but definitely moved up in the final rankings for me. Kitayama, I think I mentioned him some on Monday, but definitely has moved up to a potential core play from this week. I like him a lot. And then Lahiri, didn't mention him a whole lot, if at all. Was there. He was top 20 on my Monday ranks. I just don't know if he caught my eye. I do like him. I think, he's a good low-owned leverage play as well. Fading, moved down for me. Wise and Woodland are the guys that I think I'm going to just be probably off of. The ROM situation, I just covered up there above. So I think you know where you're at there, what you're going to do with it. I can't fault. I think there's many ways you can attack it. There's not just cut and dry. The one thing you want to make sure is that you're just not under leveraged in the contest when you know. I mean, this isn't a guess. He's going to be worst case 30% in most contests, probably 35 or more in most. And then some of the single entry 3 max higher dollar stuff could approach 45%. So that's all I'd say about it. You know, you make your final decision. It's a leverage game theory play on him this week. It's not, is he the best? I mean, we know he's, rates out as the best for everybody. And then Kirk, I didn't think Kirk would get a lot of love here, but I think he's going to flirt with top 10, top 8% in ownership. And I get it. He's been playing pretty well. I just think I don't know. He's hurt me some over the last year, going back to TPC last year. I think it was TPC when he just fell apart on Sunday, water balls after water balls. But last year being 2021, not this year. And I get it. He looks, decent, but I'm not $9,600 Kirk, and he's going to be top 8-ish owned. That's another guy that I'll probably pass on as well. Staying strong for me, Finau, Munoz, CT Pan, Bramlett, and Champ. Leverage plays this week. So these are guys that you simply play them because of leverage if you want to play them. Reed's going to be super low owned. Na's going to be, Na will probably be a little higher owned than Reed, but he's still going to be low owned for that range. Brendan Todd, he'll probably be the lowest owned up there in the higher salary price, and then Taylor Moore in the 8K range. But the entire 8K range to me, let's see if I got my ownership. I have nobody in the 8K range above 10% right now. Again, it's early Wednesday morning, but so could have a couple flirt with 10. But I think that range in general is going to be skipped over quite a bit this week. Prize Picks, link is in the description. Use the code GUP, dollar for dollar match up to $100. My round 1 plays of the week. For tomorrow, I'll have these out each night that I release bets and stuff. For tomorrow, I'm going to go. This one pays 5.25x. So Finau under 68.5. Reed over 4 birdie or better. Because I don't know how Reed's going to do, but I do think there's times I fall. I mean, there's many times I've had him, and he's, I missed the cut by 1 as well. He's kind of that Patrick Rogers deal for me, but I think he could. I mean, people's going to score tomorrow here. I really do believe that. And he's a guy that I think can get 5-6 birdies, and he'll have a double or something like that, or something. So I like the over 4.5 birdies for him. And then Knox, I like under 4 birdies or better for that. So those 3 pay 5.25x. Monkey Knife Fight, same link in the description, same promo, dollar for dollar match. Code is GUPS with an S though, not just GUP. Dollar for dollar match up to $100. I like it, and this is a full tournament play. More or less pays 5x your money. Rahm over 18.5 birdies. Finau over 17.5 birdies. Woodland under 17.5 birdies. My final 5, one and done. I'll pick 3 for here for my personal ones. But Finau, Munoz, Reed, Theegala, and Champ. Reed is there. I think it's a good week if you're behind. If you want to try to jump him, I don't think he's going to be used a lot by any means. So that's a good. I need to catch up play. The other 4 I definitely like as well. Use Smash 20% off, includes a 7-day risk-free trial. PayPal guys, most people we've cleared up through now. We sent out the communication emails. We stopped using PayPal back in during the pandemic because of the way that they wouldn't let us kind of work with trying to, my other provider I've always had let us freeze everybody's subscription as soon as the pandemic hit until sports fired back up. PayPal was super difficult with all that. So we stopped using them. But if you were a member, we let your subscription keep going. But in March, we effectively stopped them, period. And so if you're currently a PayPal member, your subscription finance is going to run out. Your next renewal, you'll get an email from us. You'll move over. I had a bunch of people ask about, because I said something over the last few pods. But if you're in a current subscription, so maybe it ends in August or next January, nothing to do. You're fine. You'll get email communication from us when it gets around that time. Your price is still locked in for everything you got. You'll just move over to our new provider. It's really simple. We give you the email directions. So when you know your subscription is about to come up, be on the lookout for that. No big deal at all. We've already had probably 80 to 100 people in April move over. So super easy to do. But if you have questions, just DM me as usual. Hope you guys have a blessed Wednesday. Really looking forward to this tournament. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Keeping this short as usual, but I will be back later on tonight for all you guys that have questions and all that kind of stuff. No E9 today. Let Kenny Kim get some rest, and then we'll fire that back up. Maybe next week for Wells Fargo. I'll see how he's feeling. If nothing else, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.